Hey there folks, Spencer Remple with the Northwest Company, working for northern stores all across Canada's Great North. I get to meet some interesting people, that's for sure, and today I have done just that. This is my new friend Tom. We've been chatting already this morning and even last night, and he's been telling me some stories, a little bit about his history. He's worked for the northern store for a long time now. Have you worked anywhere else?
Oh yeah, I worked in Chisasibi in the 60s. I worked in Fond du Lac, Sturgeon Lake.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that I didn't even realize, Tom. But you know what? Let's just start from the beginning. Why don't you tell us about your first northern job, and then kind of lead us along all the way to here.
Oh, I first worked for Glenn Spears in Chisasibi in 1964, 65, 66, and I loved it there, but eventually you get transferred, and I got transferred to Moose Factory to be a relief manager along the coast. I did Attawapskat, Albany, and Weenus for a week, I think it was, and then I did Washkaganish, Weeminji, and finally Fort George, which was the old Hudson's Bay stores back then. And I worked all through the 60s till about 1973, 74 when I went to work for the Bank of Commerce.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was bank manager about 18 years. And after that, I became the treasurer of the band in Weeminji for about 18 years also.
Ah.
And then we ran the restaurant in Chisasibi. My wife and her cousin, Janie Kanadawat, they bought the restaurant and ran it for 6 years. And after that finished, I decided I was going to retire, but I was too young. So I came to work for Brent Bowen at the Northern store in Chisasibi as the produce manager.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So that's how I came back to Northern. He offered me office manager, but after working in an office over 40 years, I think it was time for a change.
Yeah, well, I seen you working out there, and you seem like a hands-on worker. That's for sure. You're all.
I enjoy.
You're in the back.
Yeah, I enjoy hands-on. I enjoy being doing the stock, and I like office work too. I can't say I didn't, but at the bank it's a lot of phone calling, and when you're working for the band, you're always on the computer. These days, I'm hardly on the computer. I like it way better.
Nice, nice. So,
that's Sandra.
How much of a team do you have here? Like you're helping you out with, I mean, it's a fairly big store. It must take a few of you.
Well, in grocery right now, there's Alfred Wapachi and myself, and Tom Holchevik, he's the grocery manager. We're only 3. We have part-time staff, but they never show up. So we're lucky we have front-end people like Sandra who's creeping past us.
So you got a big store refresh going on right now. That must make things a bit of a challenge. You're working in amongst other people. They're changing your store around as you're stocking and restocking.
Oh yeah, but they're all very, very nice. The local workers and the people from outside, we have no big problems with them. Sometimes they'll tell me to get out of their road, and sometimes I'll tell them, get out of my road. But we work together, so it's going pretty good.
Good. We work together. Yeah, that's right. Just like you were saying before, when there's a need in the store, you switch over and help out wherever the need is, eh?
Oh yes, it's been nothing for Kyle or Alfred or myself. We've all had turns that we had to work on the till. I don't work on the till as much these days because, like we said, there's a shortage of people in grocery. But in the old days, I was forever being on the cash because I speak 3 languages, Cree, English, and French. So it helps for all the customers.
Yeah, that's for sure. How many years do you have with Northern then, do you think?
2006, so I'm 17 years with the Northwest Company.
Yeah.
And I was 9.5 years with Hudson's Bay.
Well, that's neat. Any interesting stories from back in the day? Things have changed in the retail business at all?
In the retail business, when I was first in Chisasibi, you didn't have electricity back in those days, you know, so it was a lot different. And in Fort George, we were selling gas and propane and you know, whatever people needed in the community. So we were more than just a grocery store or retail. We sold everything. Same thing in Moose Factory. They sold everything when I was down there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But a lot of stores you went to back then, you didn't have running water in the manager's residence. You had an outside toilet. Well, these days you won't see that because people won't come north if you ain't got running water.
Yeah, we got her made now. And your new beautiful store, like I've seen your fridges and your freezers. You must be so happy with those. A big barn door opening, so walk in, you can get pallets in and out.
Oh, I love that. The new cooler at the back is wonderful, but already it's sprung a leak, so they're going to be working on that.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's, you know, these things will happen.
Well, I'll let you get back to work. Thanks so much for taking a little time with me out here, having a break with me. And you know what I really want to thank you for is I just want to shake your hand, sir.
It was a pleasure. You should have asked me personal stories. I went hunting in Chisasibi.
That's what I want to hear. Okay.
I killed my first moose when I was 17 years old. Well, almost 18 in Chisasibi. I went with Smalley Petawabino and Charlie Bryan. And they thought they were playing a trick on me. They told me to go sit up a treehouse, and the moose would come back on the trail because those boys were in good shape, and they thought I couldn't keep up, you know, on the trail.
Okay.
So they were leaving me there. And sure enough, a moose came along that very trail where they told me to sit and wait.
Well, good.
I got a moose. They came back. They didn't even hear the shot because of the way the wind was.
Oh, yeah.
And Charlie's wife, Janie, she made me, Jane Bryan, she made me a beautiful coat out of my first moose. And of course, the whole community shared the meat. That's how it's done in Cree communities back then.
Yeah. Very nice.
So that was my first, that was 1965. Yeah, because I just turned 18.
Yeah. All right. You've got a lot of moose since then, I betcha.
No, I've actually never killed another moose. That's the only moose. I've killed caribou.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, geese.
Yeah.
Lots of different things, but no more moose. I only got the one, and that was in Chisasibi.
Yeah. Nice.
Anyway, that's my hunting story.
I love it. I'm a hunter too, so got to hear those stories. Right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Great job. All right.
Now I better get back to work or they'll say, who do you think you are, a movie star?
Oh, microphone.